Welcome to Mid-Rock Crisis. Today, we're going to talk about Buckethead. You know this guy, right? Got the bucket on his head, won't take it off. Wears a mask, won't take it off. He's one of the best guitarists ever. To strap on an axe. His name is Brian Patrick Carroll, and he was born in 1969 in Southern California in a suburb near Disneyland. He's known for his innovative guitar playing and his bucket. He's called a prog metal player, but he plays funk, blues, bluegrass, and ambient music, mostly a solo artist. He has collaborated with Bass Nectar, that one guy, Viggo Mortensen, Mike Patton, Bill Moseley, Serge Tankian, Les Claypool, Iggy Pop, Bernie Worrell, Bootsy Collins, and Bill Laswell. From 2000 to 2004, he was a member of Guns N' Roses. When performing, he wears a KFC bucket and an expressionless white mask. This is inspired by Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. He alternates a plain white bucket and one with the KFC colors and logo. And he also does robot dancing and nunchuck twirling as part of his stage show. He's been voted number 8 on Guitar One's list of fastest shredders of all time. Who could be faster? A swell Sun Guitar World's list of 25 all-time weirdest guitarists. I knew you'd want to know, so here is that list, not in order of outre. Number 1, Syd Barrett, Pink Floyd. Number 2, Haskell Addings, a solo artist. Number 3, Buckethead, and he never appears without the bucket and the mask. He says the bucket gives him the power of the spirits of slain and martyred chickens, without which he is useless. 4, Roky Erickson from the 13th Floor Elevators. 5, Roy Wood from The Move. And 6, Ace Frehley from Kiss. Number 7, Glenn Ross Campbell from The Misunderstood. Number 8, Zal Clemenson, Sensation Alex Harvey Band. And 9, Dave Davies of the Kinks. 10, Euronymous from Mayhem. This is Norway's first black metal band. And he's best known as the stabbing victim of Count Grishnak of Burzum. You all remember that. Number 11, Link Wray from 50s Greaser. 12, Peter Green from Fleetwood Mac. 13, Paul Leary from the Butthole Surfers. And 14, Brian Gregory with the Cramps. 16, Jeff Skunk Baxter, the Doobie Brothers and Steely Dan. And 17, Robert Quinney, Richard Hell and the Voidoids. 18, Tawil Ross with Funkadelics. 19 is Skip Spence with Moby Grape. 20, Ricky Wilson of the B-52s. 21, Hound Dog Taylor This is a six-fingered guitarist. Not known if there's extra strings on his guitar. 22, that is Mark Bolan, T-Rex. 23, Jim Martin, Faith No More. And 24, Bobby Beaujolais, Love and Charlie Manson's Family. And 25, last but not least, of course, is Angus Young of AC/DC. Now this list, if you forget what I told you before, is the list of a magazine's all-time weirdest guitarists. But back to Buckethead. As a child, he was introverted. He preferred to stay in his room with his comic books, games, martial arts movie memorabilia, and toys. He also spent a lot of time at Disneyland. He began guitar at age 12. First bucket he wore was at age 19. Why, just one of those things, he said, when asked about it. It's just one of those things. In 1988, after playing with the band Class X, he entered a song, Brazos, in a guitar player contest. He was runner-up. The first album, Buckethead Land, was on a Japanese label in 1992. Also in 92, the supergroup Praxis with Bernie Worrell of the Parliament Funkadelics, Bootsy Collins of the same, and Brian Brain Mantia on drums. It was the first album, and it's called Transmutation, and it was well received. In 1993, Buckethead released Dreamatorium under the name Death Cube K. It's an anagram. He also released Giant Robot with guests Iggy Pop and Bill Moseley, who's a horror film actor. In 1995, he collaborated with Jonas Hellborg of John McLaughlin's band and Michael Shreve, the former drummer for Santana. In 1996, The Day of the Robot, a solo album, it was printed in small quantities and is now a collectible. In 1997, he began work on Buckethead Plays Disney, but its most precious personal project, he won't release it until he knows it's ready. Now, just a side note, he used to put on the bucket and the mask and walk around Disneyland. He wasn't trying to scare anybody. He just wanted to be part of the show. That's what he said. In 1997, Death Cube K released Disembodied. And in 1998, Buckethead released Kolba, a tribute to his mom, who was dying of colon cancer. I said colon, I meant colon. Sorry. I'm sorry about your mom. That sucks. In 1999, collaboration with Les Claypool of Primus, the album Monsters and Robots. And this album contains the Ballad of Buckethead, for which his first music video was made. In 2000 to 2004, he played with Guns N' Roses. The album Chinese Democracy. While in Guns N' Roses, he released his own album Somewhere Over the Slaughterhouse and the EP KFC Skin Piles and 2 other albums. With his own band, Cornbugs and Death Cube K, the 3rd album, and I swear there are so many separate Buckethead projects at this time, I'd swear there were multiple Bucketheads out there. I don't know. I don't think so, no. I wouldn't swear to that. Sorry. Since Buckethead was naturally uncommunicative, his presence in Guns N' Roses was never a sure thing, and he left for good in 2004. He just walked away without telling anybody where he was going or if he'd even ever be back. His cult following in underground music communities has been rising steadily since you don't play with Guns N' Roses anymore. Now, Ozzy Osbourne offered to have Buckethead to play in his band at Ozfest, but changed his mind when he found out that he wouldn't remove his disguise. I'd like you to play in my band, but you gotta get rid of the fucking bucket. Didn't happen. In 2007, there's an unprecedented amount of new material. In Search of a 13th album set was released, all new. That's 13 albums in the set. New material. In 2010, Gibson released the Buckethead signature Les Paul guitar. And in 2010, Spinal Cock showcases Buckethead's banjo skills. Oh, I give up. Banjo skills. Okay. Any of you out there that can keep up with this guy, more power to you. Because in 2013, he released another 31 albums. What? On the cover of Pike 13 is a photo of Buckethead unmasked. The first ever. It depicted him from his teen years carrying an acoustic guitar and hugging his father. Pike 36 was sold free of charge for a limited time. Sell it free of charge. Just, here it is. You're all set. 2014 saw 60 more albums. We are in a quantum universe now, so anything is possible. He put out an album every 6 days. An album every 6 days. All new, all different. You think I'm lying? In 2015, he doubled his output. And then he began an album a day output. Oh, well, an album a day. Why not? 118 albums in 2015, and then 24 in 2016, and then 30 in 2017. And in 2018, 2. Buckethead is a fan of the NBA. He likes Michael Jordan, and he likes Pistol Pete Maravich, and LeBron James, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He also likes Bruce Lee, H.P. Lovecraft, Little House on the Prairie, and anything Disney. Oh, and Japanese filmmaker Takashi Miike films violent and bizarre, the more the better. His personal life has been as closely guarded as his identity. There's no word on relationships or hints about the lack of one. Nothing is known about his dating or if he married or if he has kids. It is known that he is worth approximately $8 million as of 2019. He is 6'6". That's 6 feet 6 inches. And he weighs 78 kilograms, or about 172 pounds. It is not known if he eats KFC products. I'm going to go pull a cover over my head for a while. When I come back, maybe I can listen to some Buckethead. I'll let you know. I'm sorry, I really don't mean to be making fun of this guy. Obviously, he's an incredible talent and he's a one-of-a-kind person as well as musician. He wants to live his life this way. This is fine. Why not? Everybody else has a thing nowadays, right? Well, this is his thing. And now, I'm not going to go out and buy a bucket and put it on my head just to see what it feels like. Or I'm not going to wear a Michael Myers mask for one of my Mid-Rock Crisis shows. Unless you want me to. And I'll try it then. Thank you for being with me. Thanks for being with Buckethead. Mid-Rock Crisis, saving rock one band or musician at a time. See you next time. Everybody take good care.